Now, what's up, everybody? We have a special episode of Artist Relations Corner for you today with me, Alex Oxshire, Artist Relations Manager for Orange. Today, unexpectedly, totally off the cuff, Mr. Boots Electric of Eagles of Death Metal.
Totally off the cuff.
100% off the cuff.
I hope that's
Jesse Hughes, Boots Electric. What have you been doing during lockdown?
Digging a tunnel. Like the Great Escape style, you know, like with Steve McQueen, where all those rascally POWs during the war. Well, I've been tunneling out because we're all going to escape, and I figure I've got the tunnel. I've been digging for a long time, though, because I don't really know where it should go.
So you're digging a tunnel during lockdown. That's been your
escape.
Lockdown
Yeah,
activity.
To escape. Or I was thinking
escape.
About
what?
The lockdown.
To escape the lockdown?
Yeah, it's basically house arrest, but it turns your whole country into jail. So basically, I'm tunneling to Guam.
Guam. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while. So good thing the lockdown's going to be imposed for a while, I guess. I wouldn't want to get paroled before I finish my tunnel.
Okay. So your lockdown activity is digging a tunnel. I've also noticed that on your Instagram, you've been doing some pretty killer karaoke sessions too. And in fact, one of my favorites is it features you fully nude. So,
well, not fully. It's a full, it's a Goodbye Horses. That's
okay. So you were just tucking, yeah.
Yeah, and the karaoke, if you remember from The Great Escape, the movie with Steve McQueen, they do the thing where they pretend like they're playing music to cover the sound of them digging, and that's really what I'm doing.
You've been doing Instagram lives, doing karaoke to hide the sound
of the digging and tunneling of the other persons I'm on lockdown with, the neighbors, because we're all in this together after all.
Okay. Man, I mean, I've been doing like a lot of work from home and, been like connecting with my family and stuff. But it's good to hear that you're digging a tunnel to nowhere, man. That's great.
Well, I did this weird thing before the lockdown was I already had a great relationship with my family that I routinely involved myself in. And because of what I do, I work from wherever I am. So shit didn't change much for me. But I'm glad a lot of people discovered they have a family they can love.
You turned that around on me so quickly, dude. That was expert level. Mr. Jesse Hughes of Eagles of Death Metal, everyone. If you're just tuning in, that's who we have on the show today.
You hear that a lot. I've found a way. I've gotten in touch with some gardening and my family. I have you didn't say it quite like that, but I've heard some people in LA like, you know what? I like my mom. It's like, okay.
So you've been getting into gardening?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Well, that's to explain the dirt, when the man comes to, what are you doing in here? No tunnels, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I just want someone to bring me a cake with a file in it. I know that doesn't matter, but I just feel like I need that right now. Like, here's a cake.
You feel trapped?
No, under house arrest.
You feel like you're under house arrest and is that kind of like your reaction to this situation? Everybody's been different about it. And artists especially, man, because, artists are inherently emotionally charged. And so everyone's reacting to this thing differently.
Well, that's the weird thing. Normally artists question everything and demand that, they're on the side of artists. But I think, everyone does take it differently. It differs by the state or, how much they believe in Santa Claus. And our state doesn't believe in Santa Claus at all. I'm just kidding. So, no, here it is kind of imposed like a self-imposed house arrest because I've seen a couple of churches shut down. That's crazy in America. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in California, weed is far more of a priority than church.
It's not anything. Yeah, I mean, literally, I love how it was made a priority, dude.
Thank God it's more of a priority. But whoa, that's kind of screwed up. But you know what I mean,
I'm not sure about other states and how they reacted to that, but I know that in California, you guys said that it was a necessity. So weed workers went right back to work.
Yeah. And well, to be honest with you, I've decided I want to become a hero. So I'm getting my driver's license and I'm going to become an Amazon delivery man. And I'm going to become a real hero.
Oh man, I actually feel bad. I'm starting to feel bad for how they package things at Amazon, because it's like, man, just put more shit together before you ship this, please. I don't need boxes this big.
And then the rush to get in on the we care about each other bandwagon. Did you see the Papa John's commercial where it was Shaq going, and for every Papa John's pizza you buy, we're going to donate $2 to Papa John's? It was like, okay.
Didn't see that.
Yeah, it was $2 to the Papa John's Foundation. Well, that's good.
Oh man.
So it all stays in house. Well, great.
Yeah, that's helpful. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Papa John's had a rough go of it these last few years.
Yeah, I think they might need a stepdad or something like that, step papa, or maybe just, I don't know, change the name. What would it be?
Grandpapa? Step Papa? Step Papa John?
Step Papa. Papa.
Are you writing new music right now, man?
Yeah, I mean, this is the sort of time when you do that, I mean, to be serious. And
well, for some people, yeah. For others, no. I mean, it's weird.
I have noticed that it's discombobulated. It's, unprecedented things have unprecedented reactions. And, but I roller skate every day because I look at my home as Los Angeles. When they say secure yourself at home, I thought they meant the whole town. I got confused, but no, I've written a lot of music, and a lot of it's hilarious. I like to be fun, and some of it's serious. But Josh and I will start working on the new Eagles record. We've kind of already started. Now I think we begin recording in the next week.
Wow, shit, that's some news right there. That's pretty awesome. So, how many songs are you working with right now?
Well, I'm working
shit tons, or is it more focused than that?
It's more epic. I'm writing epic, operatic. I figured I'd do something. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine if you dude? No, no, they're epic. No, I want to approximate what it would sound like to put a big steaming turd into. No, I'm just kidding. And it would be epic. No, I'll play you some of the stuff off, when we're not broadcasting. Or I'll just play it all now. Fuck it. We'll just let everyone copyright it. Let them record it before I do, too. That'd be better. How did you record that before I did? That's my song. But the Christmas album is going to be my big, amazing gift to the world.
Dude, Jesse Hughes is working on a Christmas album. And is that not the title you said earlier? Is that the working title, or is that the finalized title?
Well, that's the working title, because to be, when you start to think about it, it's like, okay, I'm going to give this to my mom. Nope.
So that's not the title. And can you tell people what that title is tentatively? Or do you want to keep that one under wraps?
What I want it to be is almost like a special, like, promo release alternate cover, because the Human Centipede Christmas wreath is art done by a drawing by Kate is too perfect, dude. I mean, it's like it's a small world international Santa Claus, all on all fours, ass to mouth, in a big Christmas wreath. It's the gift that keeps on giving, round and round.
Human Centipede.
It's, what I thought in life, when life gives you AIDS, make lemonades. You got to turn that frown upside down. And the Human Centipede, ew. But a Human Centipede, hello.
I don't even know where to go from there. it's almost the most perfect wordplay
it makes me want to believe in Santa Claus for real. But then you're going to really think about what kind of cookies to leave him. I thought that was a good one, dude. Did you not? No? Too soon?
So moving on there. What are you using to write at home with? What's your setup at home, bro?
I'm using the Delta 6240. Got that one. Is
that the name of a woodworking tool?
I don't know, but you're like, what do you got? What you set up there? What are you using?
Tell me about your Tell me about the brands.
No, actually, I'm using a blue preamp, the Robbie the Robot. It's one of that fucking preamp out. It's badass. And Joshua for my birthday got me a couple of rad mics, and so I'm using the Rode and the what's the other one he got me? It is
Are these new or vintage mics?
Yeah, no, one of them's new, one of them's brand new. It's made by the Movado company, but it's their flagship brand. Oh my god, for some reason I'm blanking on it. But it's a beautiful condenser mic, and then the Rode studio mic that I have is really fucking nice. So if I'm just recording individual tracks, if I'm not trying to like stack, multiple tracks all at once, I'm getting basic, studio quality, like world-class studio quality.
Yeah.
Like, cool. If in terms of sound, it would have an audio dick bigger than John Holmes.
Perfect. Never at a loss for words.
Really stretch out the ears.
Are you still using that pedal? You still using that pedal, baby?
I love that. That pedal, baby, is the only thing I use. Actually, that is my go-to right now. I still need to replace my OR20 because I think that's the perfect amp. And
which one? We don't make an OR20
or OR15.
Is it a Crush? Oh, OR15.
No, OR15.
Yeah, OR15.
I always wanted it to be 20 because I never understood why it was 15, but whatever. And but 20, the OR15 is the finest. It's the perfect studio amplifier, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. Love that. I love the OR15 as well, man. I think the best amp we ever made was the AD140 lead, but I definitely think that the OR15 is in my top 5.
In terms of touring, the OR50 I think is hands down an unprecedented, unmatched amplifier, man. I mean, I really believe in Orange. I mean, that's what I mean. Not only do I love you and you're my friend, of course, but in addition to this, I believe in Orange. It's the real thing. I think its perfect amp will be when I finally get my signature mono.
Look at that. There she is. Is that OR15, baby?
Oh, I thought he was like, there she is. There's my model. Oh.
So this amp you've used quite a bit.
Quite a bit on many things.
Super simple. Yeah, just volume and gain and 3 EQs.
Perfect for a hillbilly. Ain't overly complicated. It's got picture symbols instead of words.
Yep. But now you're trying out that pedal baby at home. That's been the one. Dude, actually, this is interesting that you should say that, Zach. I'm just saying it's interesting that you should say that.
Are you making an OR30?
I'm just saying it's interesting that he said that.
Because what's my model going to be? I feel like
you've attached yourself to a lot of models over the years.
Yeah,
actually, I mean that in a lot of ways. But
by being rad, I mean, but the one that's actually going to be the fine, like the special one. I mean, I like to get down at midnight, but occasionally I want to have dinner.
It's smooth.
Yes, but for real, I at least a pedal, or at least 2 feet.
Like we have, yeah, man. We've discussed making some like signature pedals and stuff because it seems like a good way to launch pedals. Yeah, and remind people we've been making pedals for like 5 years, and a lot of people still don't know that.
I used to discuss being an emancipated minor with my mom, but it never really happened. You know what I'm saying? I want to I'll take this to the next level, baby. Have you seen the new Fenders, the new Fender Acoustics they've released? It's their, well, you have me that right there. It's this weird series that it says designed in the USA, handcrafted in China, but it's called the Paramount series. They're amazing guitars, dude.
No, I haven't seen that. Is that what you have in your hand right now?
Yeah, they're beautifully crafted.
A Fender Paramount.
Yeah. Incredible guitar.
That sounds great.
It's what I've been writing with. And I still use my Mosrite Fuzzrite. That's my favorite, go-to pedal.
Hell yeah, man. Those are awesome. Did you ever use any of those orange ones?
I use them all the time. I use constantly the AB switch.
Okay.
Essentially.
The amp detonator, yeah.
And that's a pretty incredible and amazing pedal. And then I also use the God, what's it called? Give me another pedal name.
I mean, there's
there's not one that's called the Boots Electric. That's what I was going for. See, I would remember that a lot. It's easier to remember. The Electric Boot. That's the pedal, dude.
Electric Boot.
What, baby? No. It's the orange pedal. It's over there. It's in the drawer. It's not the amp it's the compressor, I think.
Those are awesome.
I use that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I use it on a lot of things too. I mean, they have cross purposes. They're you don't have to use it consistent with this labeling, and you will find an equally delightful result.
That seems to be true of about everything that we put out, though. Also, Adrian is not usually that dead set upon telling anybody how anything works. It's more like there's only 5 knobs, asshole, figure it out. And
yeah, but there's only 5 knobs, but there's an incredible amount of very sophisticated engineering and design work that goes into it. I mean, that's
100%.
That's the beauty of it. I mean, what's simple isn't very easy. Never is.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
So, I really kind of want to hear some more of that guitar, man. That actually sounded really good.
It does
by
sound
the way.
good.
It's coming through super well on the live stream.
And my friend gave me this bitchin' 66. What is this? The 664 or the And this microphone right here, you can self EQ it while you're using it. If you do this, it takes out the highs. If you cover the vents up and down the spine of it right here, it takes out the lows. Pretty amazing. But
and was that microphone like that? Was that designed that way, or was that just something that people happened upon?
It was an it's designed that way, Electro Voice, kind of innovative, very innovative. If you were in the middle of recording something, or you could just take off the high end.
Yeah.
Probably in the days of like single track recording and whatnot.
Yeah.
This guitar is rad.
Sounds really good.
I love it. Treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel. But love me. Give me my own amp. See, I'm petitioning now. Every Instagram is going to be petition them. Just kidding. I got to send you one of these. I also got the Bass 6, the Squire Bass 6 that they've put out.
Oh, nice.
Squire, they've sort of upped the ante on Squire a little bit. And it used to be, you could fit a quarter in the space between the necks, but with them lasers now, they can do all kinds of things. And
yeah, they've been pretty highly reviewed lately.
And you think it's going to play like a baritone, but it's a bass, man. I love this thing. I've been using that a lot. I mean, when I'm writing, I use instruments that I don't typically use. The thing that I'm really amazed to get ready to use is my friend Jen. She has this full-size organ that's 2 foot pumps, and it has this almost like a bellows, like this diaphragm that fills up, and it gets ahead so you don't hear the pumping, and it's a fucking full-fledged like accordion organ. It's crazy. I don't know. An accordion. I don't know what it is.
Accordion?
It's like a cross between a corgi and an instrument.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it'll herd sheep and really hit perfect C. It's great.
Oh my god. What's the deal with actually I want to go back real quick, man. What's the deal with that Christmas album? Is that actually when's that coming out?
It's really good. It'll be coming out Christmas. Halloween. I'm just kidding. It'll be coming out a little before.
Well, I mean, you don't want to release it on Christmas Day. I mean, you want
Die Hard came out on Christmas Day, bro.
Okay. All right.
I want it to be the Die Hard of Christmas albums, too.
Totally seeing the similarities, but okay.
I recorded it in the Nakatomi Plaza, so it's just kidding.
That would have to be amazing.
to record it up on the high rise of the Nakatomi Plaza. That would be unbelievable.
It'd be like, why? It'd be like, I don't know, just because, man. Because obviously that's why.
John McClane, dude.
Because why? That's why.
Because Die Hard. No, but it's it really is going to be like a traditional. I figure it might be nice to just have something normal at Christmas time.
So you were at that amazing studio up in the valley, Valentine.
It's the greatest. It's essentially the best kept secret, but it's with all the studios changing and with everything in flux and nothing normal, nothing from the old days really maintaining. It's the one thing that's been true and unchanged since Jump Street, and it's really nice to at least have one of those, at least in Hollywood.
Right. I mean, this studio was pretty amazing. It had been basically sitting there for decades, and then somebody came in and cleaned it up and got it working again.
The owner, a prestigious and very well-respected studio producer and engineer, decided he was more interested in the Nash mini car. So he just locked up the studio and built a Nash mini car garage next door for like 30 years. Just had an engineer come in and maintain everything. It was really kind of a uniquely impossible thing to have. And with Nick Jadoin, who's the studio manager, he's an incredibly gifted. He's the perfect person. They have in-house repairs. I mean, everything is like, it's almost like when you go to one of those places where they act like it's 1851 and nobody breaks character. Well, this is like that, but for a good studio.
It's so weird because it's such an expensive piece of property, and then to sit on it and allow it to be unused for that long.
It's probably
with all that expensive equipment inside of it.
It's an argument for being the landlord.
Right.
Yeah. But
Angela, here you go. Who? Man, this is Jesse Hughes of Eagles of Death Metal. Come on, bro.
Am I? Who is this guy? I love that. I can almost hear his tone of voice. Who is this guy?
Does he not kind of look like Keanu Reeves a little bit?
That's awesome. So now I don't care who he is. I love him immediately.
Hell yeah, dude. Keanu Reeves.
He seems to be Greek, and he looks like very similar to Keanu, who Dogstar was the number one, source of influence in my, I'm talking about the actual star, was just kidding. I fucking loved them. I mean, I can't even say. I know it's not cool to like bands of actors, but I think they were rad.
Are you? Oh, God, I forgot. Now I realize what you're talking about, dude. You had the fucking band. All right, so listen, are you excited about new Bill and Ted's, man? Because
yeah,
I'm pretty excited.
I think everyone's excited for it. It seemed, there's like a general excitement, and it almost feels like it'll be a moment for the new normal to be old normal.
I can't express to you how disappointed I am that nobody contacted us about trying to get any gear into that movie.
Yeah, what the?
There's going to be some epic scenes with some gear in it.
And why wouldn't they? I mean, there's not a music lot. I mean, it's in the back programming of our brains. Orange, if you want quality. I mean. I don't know. Somebody should talk. I mean, it's all about time machines. Maybe it's not too late.
Okay. Oh, man.
Lockdown, bro.
So much of talking to you, Jesse, is just literally absorbing what was just said and understanding it and then reacting to it and then realizing that there's nothing that I can say in return to match it.
I just want Angelos to pop up with who is this guy? Like, again, same question.
Here you go. Send a Brazilian evil kiss in his cheek.
Oh. Quasi evil, though, because I want it to be kind of cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you, Brazil.
I'm going to kiss you in your cheek.
The old school military. Oh, that's right. I remember that. I remember the Flying V. And it actually was a pretty meticulous looking Flying V.
Yeah. It's going to, whatever Flying V they use in this new movie is going to have to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's going to have to be better than any Gibson ever made.
I'm gonna be so mad if Bill and Ted get up there and do like a fucking like Panasonic DJ thing instead, you know, and they're like, you know, and it's like, where's the guitars and shit? Where's the band? And they're like DJing.
That would probably be a disappointment, but
it would be.
Now I want to know what kind of guitar they're gonna have. I mean, maybe it's gonna play where you only hear the notes tomorrow because of the whole. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay with the whole time travel thing. Just trying to stay in theme, dude.
What's that?
These are the things we think of in lockdown. Dude, you want to hear the weirdest noisemaker I got? Look at this.
Yeah.
This is a Jaguar collar. Watch this. Weird, right?
Is that real?
Yeah, it's you buy them in Mexico. That's where I got this one. And it looks like a Jaguar. And it's
that's awesome.
Crazy, right? Oh,
and I think every band needs somebody to play
electric kazoo. Will you hand me my electric kazoo right there? I didn't know they made these, dude.
I'm learning this too in real time. Well, I think along with most people here. What?
It's an electric kazoo.
It's just a kazoo with a microphone in it, isn't it?
Well, it's a sophisticated pickup, kazoo special pickup, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's just a microphone, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rad. It's a custom, high impact polymer body on the kazoo with I think it has a very high impact diaphragm. It's made of artificial.
Oh man. Saying high impact diaphragm is almost too easy, man. It's like you don't even have to finish it off, you don't even have to say anything. It's just like you can just fill in the blank.
So I'm wondering if you can hear this now. Oh well, I tried to do it.
Sounds amazing. It doesn't sound good over the live stream.
It sounds terrible, but
oh, so it does sound terrible. Okay.
Have you ever seen the Evel Knievel film where he's going to do a jump and Howard Cosell goes, "You think you're going to make the jump today?" And he goes, "Oh, there's no chance. But everyone came out. It's a nice day, so we're going to try the jump." I sometimes feel like that with the kazoo.
Yeah.
No chance. That's going to be cool, but I'll try it anyway.
Man, there is what is that?
It's a sucker. It's a lollipop. It's really weird. It says Dylan's Candy Bar, but it's a sucker. It's not. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
What's going on, man? I mean, are you guys going to be able to play any sort of shows coming up, or do you have any sense of what the next 6 to 12 months holds for you guys?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think it's a delicate question because being that the artistic communities are the caretakers and the torchbearers of free speech, I'm really not free to say much. But it is a touchy subject. I know we're all raring to go, but we used to not mind killing rock and roll, but now achoo, cover your face. I mean Ozzy, can you imagine Ozzy drinking the loogie and biting off a bat's head or a dove's head with a mask on? I mean, probably wouldn't.
No, I can't actually. You're absolutely right.
Wow. Good.
Still, not something that you want to subject everyone to.
Like he did. I don't want to subject anyone to anything except for my music all the time.
Yeah.
And I want to play. And I want to know, what the truth is beyond X-Files. What's out there. But I can't leave my house, so I won't be able to find it till
That is a little pessimistic, man. Are you?
Is it?
It's hard. I mean, I want you to be as positive as you can be about this. I feel like you're making the most of it.
I am, but let me check with Dr. Fauci. Is that okay if I say that? He said it was okay. My sponsor said I could have one drink, and that would be cool.
What's I mean, so you are
I'm dying to
basically
play, but I've been playing actually. I play here. I do the karaoke, and then in a very limited, distanced way, I've been doing very small private performances. But I got to be honest with you, the driving shit doesn't cut it for me. It's very difficult.
that wouldn't work for your style.
It wouldn't work for any. It doesn't work for any lifestyle of music. It pacifies. It will substitute temporarily, but it's only a placebo. You know what I mean? It's only, ultimately, there's a lot of movies that are like Lord of the Rings, or a lot of movies like Star Wars, but ultimately, you'd just rather watch Star Wars. You know what I mean? You want the real thing. I mean, ultimately, I want the real thing.
So do any of the solutions that have been put forth yet like satisfy you?
Solutions. Oh, you mean absolutely every one of the temporary what would you call it? I don't even know. What do you call what we are doing instead of live music? What all these attempts to be, what would you call that?
Making do? Because it's obviously not the same thing. You know what I mean? There's a different attitude in person. There's a different
add one more do.
Fans are willing to go ahead.
Making doo-doo. No, I'm just kidding. I know everyone I've talked to who've done the drive-in theater, obviously we're frustrated, but that's so what? I'm here to entertain. I'm an entertainer, so I've been trying to entertain as best as I can. Even, fucking tucking and doing a full Buffalo Bill. I mean, that's when it's desperate. When it's like basically like hitting yourself over the head with hammers and having people punch you in the. It'd be like a Chris Farley movie for a skinny guy. It doesn't work.
I mean, a lot of the things that we've been trying to do are sponsor live streams and
yours. Well, that's perfect medium, and it definitely does what that I think is always done. I think it's no different than what the live streaming community, or even like a live music performance, is always done via the televised or internet televised. But those first shows out of the gate are going to be miraculous, and I think they're going to be worthy of documentation. The first festival out of gate, the bands that are the ones that are able to play the opening stage of the first dawn of the rebirth of live music, it's going to be something spectacular, dude.
I'm pretty convinced that there's going to be some really amazing live shows to see when we start transitioning back into actual like physical shows, because any venue that's open still and has weathered the storm, they're going to start receiving some pretty big bands coming through. I think, you know what I mean? It's going to take a long time before Foo Fighters can go play a 50,000 person stadium.
People
and they're probably going to want to go out and do some small stuff first.
The people are starting to get restless, and people are starting to realize that there's only one way that any of these venues are going to stay alive. And I think that the $450 billion that Amazon has made and taking over half of the American business, I think they should give about $400 billion of that back in grants to small businesses. I think that would be an excellent demonstration of we're all in this together. We're all in this together. So I'm sure they weren't intending to make the almost $600 billion in windfall profits. But so I'm sure I bet they're probably already talking about it over there at Amazon. The good folks are like, hey, we're going to help. We're all in this together. And we're not, I think dude, I bet we're the first ones breaking the story, dude. Amazon intends to do the right thing. Crazy, dude.
I would definitely say that within like the actual music industry itself, some of the bigger companies like Live Nation and whatnot, they need to kind of step up at this time. But I don't anticipate that.
I'm being serious as a heart attack.
It's harder for you to speak on. I can speak on it because I'm not attached to that side.
Well, let me ask this question: do we really want to consolidate all the ownership and the ability to stomp out all ability to perform live into the hands of one company?
No, that's definitely not what I mean.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, I think all the companies that really encouraged and were at the forefront of making sure that we believed hook, line, and sinker, this entire concept, absolutely, as it's told to us about this danger. Okay, well, since it was them, I guess they don't want to be seen to be profiteers. So really, I do think that Amazon and Facebook, which must have just been a lucky guess for Facebook to have incorporated that new business form, the new transaction marketplace part of the format, but whatever. Lucky, people get lucky. And but I'll bet they're going to give back all those billions because they don't need it. They weren't planning on it. It's just like pointless profit. And they don't really like profit much anyway. We're all in this together. I like their ideas. So good for us. We figured it out. Positive. You're right. I'm going to think positive now.
Let me see here, man. I was just thinking about the shit. Sorry.
I like this whole format.
I had this idea.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. I love that.
What can you say? And this is kind of a question. I think you've answered this for me before, and I really liked your answer. But what can you say is the one person or the one artist that has influenced you the most ever?
I mean, it's a toss-up. George Clinton is probably the single most directly influential artist, and Little Richard. I mean, it would almost have to be the hybrid creation of George Clinton bending Little Richard over a couch and butt fucking him using Keith Richards as a dick. That is almost, and the baby that has would be me.
Okay.
Artistically speaking.
Yeah. Well, of course, artistically speaking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if that was the exact answer that you gave me the first time, but the Little Richard part always struck me as interesting. Little Richard being like
Little Richard's the first. He's the true king of rock and roll. Elvis may have caused, but it was Little Richard where they saw him and they were like, let's fucking hide the women, hide the children. Like, it scared people. And it's the most death metal thing you can have. I mean, to me, it's the truth, it's the key, or it's the embodiment of the notion that rock and roll or punk rock or whatever it is an attitude that Public Enemy is just as punk rock as Black Flag, is just as punk rock as Aerosmith, is just as punk rock as Queens of the Stone Age, is just as punk rock as Little Richard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is the one. He's the source. And you can ask artists from across the spectrum, and ultimately everyone knows Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what a bald-headed Sally is, except for a lot of people.
Perfect.
Think about his lyrics too. They were scary and out in the open. Long Tall Sally. What is Long Tall Sally about? Long Tall Sally, she's bittersweet. She's got everything that Uncle John needs. I saw Uncle John with a bald-headed Sally. Sounds like a dude's getting a fucking Hummer from a crossdresser in an alleyway while his boyfriend's getting all pissed off and looking for him. I mean, that's what the song is about. Outside of the House of Blue Light. That's what Little Richard was writing about.
Yeah.
And I love that. That's as punk rock as it gets. That's as rock
true,
and roll
man.
as it gets.
He is as rock and roll as it. I think it really was like he birthed it, and then it kind of has been petering out since, man.
And it's been dying a terrible death ever.
It's a long tail.
And it's gasping its hoarse final breaths as it circles the bowl. Now, I think it just comes back and it ebbs and flows. You can't really have something come like on an avenging stallion with a saber of light unless there's something that it needs to do that for. Like, you can't really be saved unless you need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And something can't be rad unless things have sucked. In a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've learned
Alpha and Omega. You can't have one without the other.
Well, it's more like perspective. You can't appreciate one without going through the other.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that probably more so than a lot of people, but some of the most awful things give you an ability to really see the sweetness of the things that are worth it,
Spoken by a man who has definitely lived that. Yeah.
But every day that I blown up in ashes before the shit house goes up in flames is a gravy day. You know what I'm saying? And I'll sleep under a blanket of dirt, and until then, whatever it takes to keep me going, I like it. Artistically speaking.
Oh man,
who is this guy?
So good with words, Jesse.
My recommendation for the week, my serious musical recommendation right now is,
what are you listening to?
I'm recommending this for your voice. It is Magic.
Vocal Zone. All right.
It really works. You have to get it from England. And what I'm listening to right now is, I will tell you, let me go to my recently played. Labi Sifra. Have you listened to him?
No.
From 72. It's great.
Is that from 72?
Yeah.
If it was from now, I wouldn't like it as much. But I like it because it's from 72.
But the beauty of the recording piece is that you can receive it now.
Yeah.
As fresh as it ever sounded. I've been collecting sound effects, and they've been heavy on my playlist. And then Tom Jones. Tom Jones is my...
What's...
You got to watch the old YouTubes of Tom Jones. He's the dude. He's the Welsh.
I can't say that I haven't gone down that rabbit hole before. I may very well have.
Right now, everyone's getting excited. Just at the sound of his voice, the golden sound of his voice, the touch of his voice. His voice touches you. When you do karaoke, you get into these like consistent song patterns. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know the karaoke world is such a hard world, man. It's such a competitive world. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. But as the result, I've been listening to the Velvet Underground a lot.
Okay,
beginning to see the light, white heat. And I have not been listening to a lot of later Eric Clapton. And I've been listening to Muse. Like I've been going back and revisiting the previous 10 years,
Yeah. Dude, I went down a pretty hard rabbit hole on ABBA recently.
That's easy
and
to do.
I finally figured it out.
What have you figured out?
Well, I figured out that ABBA is amazing, and it took me a long time to figure that out.
Really? Have you ever seen the Bugs Bunny cartoon where the odor of perfume gets Bugs Bunny by the nose and picks him up and drags him? That's what ABBA does to the spirits of beautiful ladies.
Okay.
So you weren't paying attention. I mean, what's wrong, buddy? I got to take you out dancing. When this COVID thing's gone, I'm dancing. We're dancing. I
can only play like 10 seconds of this, or it'll probably get flagged pretty quickly, I would guess, when I launch this video. But this song, man, the beginning of this song, this is the one that was like, ABBA's awesome, and I didn't realize it for all these years. You hear that?
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, this is what I love about you. It really ultimately does, the notion of like, you can't say you like something unless you've been into them since the 80s or whatever. Dude, as long as you get there, I love it how you're like, yeah, maybe I didn't realize it, but now I do. And look at how beautiful they are. Flag.
All right, I'm going to stop it. And maybe at 29 seconds, we won't get flagged. Probably still get flagged. But yeah, you see that song. And I was listening to that, and I was like, this is like just a rad ass rock song I've never heard. Like, I didn't realize that ABBA did this. And then I was able to fill in the blanks on the rest.
They did this.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the stuff that they do, a lot of what you do, man, kind of has a lot of ABBA influence.
I love ABBA.
It's what I've learned.
It's undeniable. It's an undeniable influence, and it's rightfully so. The Bee Gees are a rightfully present influence, but it's the obscurities too. You know, Chikakis. I recommend Chikakis. This album right here.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's the albums, and it's Dutch weirdos who are like in an experimental concept. I've been listening to the album that the Damned's drummer Rat Scabies and the lead singer Dave Vanian put out, the like 60s psych pop called Nas Nomad. Have you ever listened to that?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, Nas Nomad. It's Nas Nomad and the Nightmares.
Nas Nomad and the Nightmares.
But now whenever I hear that, I think of that intro from The Office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Every time, dude.
I can see how the association is kind of annoying.
So we should definitely, since we are in this lockdown, let's. I love what Brent Hines is doing. He's always one of my favorites. It's really just about keeping forward motion right now and right now, instead of looking at it as something that's like a negative, right now is a real opportunity to be in our highest state of artistic interaction and cooperation and like, sharing, if you will. It's the moments at festivals where artists get to interact that are the most fruitful. So taking advantage of the technology is really what's the thing of the moment. And it's where you, being where you are right now from the position of Orange, you have such a great opportunity to make certain that those cakes keep getting made by throwing all the ingredients in together.
Yeah.
So let's do like a weekly jam where we get like, let's do a karaoke night, but instead of karaoke, it's like a 5-song cover band of different band every week. Come on, dude. Throwing down the gauntlet.
I'm not going to sit here and try to confirm any of that right now, but I will say this. There are definitely some people that you need to talk to right now because that is getting off the ground a lot. A lot of those like super group cover videos, that are coming out right now. Like some of those.
I was way ahead of the curve on, dude. I basically wrote the format for it. Dude, will I get credit? No.
You should sue all the bands that are doing songs together.
Everybody.
Covering music.
That's rad.
Covering music, you owe money to Jesse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But for real though, man, I mean, there's a couple of those that I needed to talk to you about because
I'm serious.
There's some cool ones going on. You're right though, man. That's the thing. That's what's happening now, and it's going to happen.
Put me in there. Put me in there. Don't fucking as soon as this broadcast stops, all of a sudden he won't talk to me at school in the morning. But last night it was great. But now I guess it's you don't want to talk to me. Okay, well I'll see you after third. Whatever. Okay, later, Alex.
I got you, man. I got you. It's so funny.
It's so high school for me. That's my true story of
high. Bro, let's call it a day here, but let's get together soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to jump on karaoke. You want to hear anything first?
By the way, Jesse has been doing karaoke on his Instagram constantly since lockdown began. And
Dude,
it's like
what it has done for my vocals and my ability to sing is ridiculous. It's like a wax on, wax off scenario. Like
it's like a drummer practicing to practicing the drums, man. You learn all kinds of different styles
but with the help of the group. It's great. It's an incredible fine tune and having people call out and challenge me and then being able to take the heat when people are like, I don't know if this is for you. It's like, you're right. That's great.
It's not. All right.
Like some songs I can't do.
Dude, thank you for joining us, Jesse. And make sure you guys check out Jesse's Instagram for karaoke pretty much night and day.
Thank us for joining me, dude.
It's good to see me.
I love you, dude.
I love you too, man. I'll see you later. Bye.
It'll be the OR13, right? That's gonna be mine. It's gonna be my